Can our democracy deliver the most pressing needs of our people?
At every State of the Union or congressional address since coming to office, Joe Biden has highlighted the population's needs.
We're leaving no one behind or ignoring anyone's needs as we move forward.
So after injecting billions of dollars into those needs, what a cruel cut it is to have an opinion poll suggest Mr. Biden's policies have hurt them.
43% say Biden's policies hurt them personally.
One has to wonder, would the awful polling results be better if the person selling those policies the past 3 years had been Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, or even born salesman Gavin Newsom? Mr. Biden's cognitive decline, always on view, is a contributing factor. But set that aside for a moment. History suggests this president's problems with the voters was predictable.
Today, I announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
Mr. Biden failed miserably to mount two previous presidential runs, in 1987 and then 2008.
The latest news is that Joe Biden is dropping out of the race. Joe Biden is dropping out of the race for president.
The reality could simply be that Mr. Biden just doesn't have the personal magic that makes an individual presidential in the public's mind. And inspiring confidence is the last thing he'll do when making the case for his trillions in this year's State of the Union speech. He'll say, look.
Look, 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 look.
He'll say, I mean it.
I mean it. I mean it.
He may even lean forward and whisper into the microphone.
The Wall Street Journal initially called my plan Bidenomics. I'm not sure they meant it in a totally complimentary way at the time. But guess what? It's working.
So why, given a growing economy and a strong labor market, isn't the country happy? What's ailing people?
The Fox News poll shows Mr. Trump winning 48% of Hispanics, 43% of suburban women, 51% of voters under 30, 28% of blacks. In other words, Trump cutting into the Biden Democratic vote big time.
The answer is the country's culture. The elements of daily life have become negative. Ask a person to look in any direction, and what they see, at best, sure isn't the rainbow.
All right, you want to come around the side?
Did anyone sign up to live in a country where you need to be chaperoned around a store because of a national shoplifting plague?
We have to keep our employees safe and the customers safe, but when they're coming in to do snatch and grabs, that was the final straw.
The streets of many cities are filled with the mentally ill homeless, and there are complex reasons for that. Yet there they are, living in the stoned-out filth of tent compounds. One consequence of progressive prosecution theories on bail and such is young men randomly shooting other young men or unloading their guns in the middle of a celebrating crowd, such as the Kansas City Chiefs parade.
That argument very quickly escalated to Mays drawing his firearm, a handgun, almost immediately. Others pulled their firearms.
Immigration policy is also complicated, but what's not is millions of illegal migrants wading across the Rio Grande River the past 2 years, while the Biden administration did next to nothing.
Where are you from? China? China? Ecuador.
Today, the nonstop migrant mess has become the U.S.'s #1 election issue.
The answer is yes, that calling for the genocide of Jews violates Harvard Code of Conduct, correct?
Again, it depends on the context.
The December testimony of 3 university presidents about campus anti-Semitism was disconcerting enough, but it also brought forward the issue for many families of whether going to college is even worth it anymore.
From the river to the sea!
In sum, the Democrats have allowed too many negative feedback loops to develop across society. There is a pervasive sense of being hurt. And in our politics, only one person gets tagged for that, the president.
43% say Biden's policies hurt them.
A similar sense of social hurting did not exist in the Trump years, and it's going to take more than one big speech or a different Democratic candidate to turn this around by November.